Following up a pretty successful weekend on eBay sales, I decided I better start listing some things if I want that to continue. So I spent the last hour or so, probably more, lose track of all space and time when I'm listing, but I got a bunch of yard sale stuff all posted on there and up for sale. And I'll take you through everything, starting with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures I found the first day that we went out yard selling. Bought these each for $5. I think Splinter is the one that's a little more valuable. I'm not going to make a whole lot off of these. I just love selling action figures and toys, as you could probably tell, and I'm excited to have those in the store. Next thing that I listed was the Just Dance Xbox 360 game. I bought this for $1, and I listed it for $20. That's kind of crazy of a return if it actually sells for that. This one was a freebie to me. Deb actually, I think she paid 50 cents for this Hot Wheels. Actually selling on there, so I posted it. It's in very good condition, so I put the NASCAR on there. I have a couple NASCAR fans here. Not as much as the Thomas fans, but they're there. This is another NASCAR find that she found. These are brand new playing cards. So listed that. A freebie to me and to everyone. This was the Hey Arnold keychain that I found in the freebie box that I put on there. I thought he's pretty cool. And then I started listing some trains, something that I'll be doing quite a bit here as time goes by. In fact, if I do this every day, I'll probably have these trains on there by the end of the year, Lord willing. But these first two here, this is D199, this one, and what was his name? Norman. These two were requests. I actually got an eBay message. Someone requested that I list these. Oh, he's facing the wrong way. You're looking at his booty. Listed both of those as a request. I don't know if that person will buy them or not, but I listed them for the prices that they're going for, which is actually pretty high. I listed those both for $25. And then these ones also worth some money too. I'm kind of working through this bin right here, which is just kind of like, it's like a few Trackmasters that I had and a few weird ones. Then we got all of the wooden ones, and these are take and play. This is what I found last year. This is all of my stuff from last year, and I'm trying to get those all posted on here. So we got 4 in addition to all the other stuff that I listed here. But it gets even crazier because I found all of these when I was out yard selling this past week. This was on one day, and then the other day I found all of these. So it just keeps adding, and I feel like I'm kind of going more backwards than forwards here, but I do love having a train store, basically. I think it's really cool, and people seem to be interested in these, so that's really neat. I love connecting buyers to items, and it's a fun way to not only have a hobby, but make a little money as well. And then this is just a lot of like wooden trains, no-name stuff, and I'll eventually just put that on there as a lot. But as you can see, speaking of a lot, I've got a lot of work to do, a lot ahead of me, and I'll just keep posting stuff, and I'll be reporting back when I make some sales, which will hopefully happen as I continue getting these all on the store. I'm sure every day looks the same in these clips, but I can assure you it's the next morning, and I have some listings and some sales to share with you. I started out today listing the last item from the first week of yard sale season, if that makes any sense. This was a Lego Star Wars set that I knew had some value to it, and ended up getting this for $5 thrown in with this very dusty Millennium Falcon that I paid $20 for. So $25 all in, and I just listed this for $40 with free shipping, and that is pretty much the going rate, mainly because of these minifigs that you see back here. They're kind of pricey, those two in the middle in particular, and I knew that. So that was kind of cool having some Lego knowledge, and if I sell this, it basically pays for my Millennium Falcon. I get that for free. There are some parts in this that I need to put on there, so I might have to do some orders, but I do have quite the extensive Lego inventory, so we might be okay here, and that'll be a fun Lego video series to make where I essentially refurbish this. I'm very excited about that. Speaking of exciting things, not so exciting, this Skylanders guy, I got this for 25 cents. I don't even know if it made the video or not. I got him and another guy, and he is worth like $8 with free shipping, so I listed that. The other one I would have lost money. So I'm going to give him away at the yard sale or do something with it, I guess. Put it on Clark Mann's yard sale table. But if this guy sells, I'll make like maybe like $2-3 or something. And, you know, every little bit helps. It doesn't hurt, at least. Speaking of things that help, listing trains definitely helps. You won't believe this, but these are the 4 trains and boat. And, well, 2 trains, a boat, and what's this guy, an excavator? I listed all 4 of these yesterday, as you saw in the last clip. And when you know it, 3 out of 4 of them sold. The only one that didn't sell was this poor guy right here. He is Captain, and he didn't go, but the rest of them did. And you wouldn't believe it, but this is $25, this is $25, and this was $40. I continue to be shocked as to how much these trains are worth, and then I look down here and I see just how many of them I have left, and I'm like, let's go. This is my new thing. I'm officially the train guy on eBay. One of many probably, but it's so cool to list something, and then like this They both sold yesterday afternoon, then this one went last night. So I was like, dude, this is great. So thank you. I think this one and this one was bought by viewers. This one, I think, was just bought by a general customer out there. So thank you guys for buying those. I'm going to be packing those up here this morning and getting them out. And hopefully this afternoon we can get back in and list some more stuff. But holy smokes, I got a lot to do today. So at the very least, I got my last Lego thing on there. Got a free Millennium Falcon, assuming that those sell, which they will. And then we got a few, I guess, train successes, which is always great to see. Hopefully someone wants Captain one of these days. I'm going to put him in with the ones that are on the store. I'm struggling actually to keep inventory. These are the only ones that I have on there. Every time I list these, they sell. Hopefully I'm not undercharging, but man, I feel like, you know, when I'm charging for these, $25 for that. I always look at the prices. I don't try to rip people off. I look at the prices they're going for, and I look at the condition of mine, and I try to pick a price that I think is fair, and I guess they are because people are buying them. But these three guys, they are going out today. Oh, speaking of trains, this morning Clark and I were down here. He's working on building a Lego X-Wing, if you're curious. But I was going through all these trains that I thought were no name and worthless. Well, not worthless, but not like Thomas worthwhile. And it's shocking to find out that a lot of these are worth some money too. Some of these are actually Brio. Again, I don't know enough about these to really do a deep dive and tell you all about it, but even these guys, supposedly those are Brio as well. I had no idea. This was just a part of like the extras lot that I had. These are all the signposted wood things that were in there. I was going through these and I was just doing like the eBay image search where you take a picture of it and it brings the results up. And when you know it, like a ton of these are on there and some of them are like $10 each, which I paid $10 for that entire lot, plus a bunch of the Thomas trains that are over there. So, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. I feel like I won the lottery. I know I'm like, it's probably to you, you're like, Greg, it's just some wind trains. But to me, like, this is so freaking exciting. I love doing this. And I'm just like, I'm stoked. I love having an eBay store. I love running a business. I love this. Like, every part of this is fun to me. And the fact that, like, people that watch our channel are into it too, I feel like I found my spot, guys. And it's just so freaking awesome. So on that, let's go pack up some trains. You guys want to see this process? You've seen it already. How about I just tell you? I put these in bubble wrap and I put brown paper. I put them in a 6x6x6 box. I put a label on it. They go out to the post office. There, I just saved you a whole bunch of viewing. I'm going to try to like make this so it's just stuff that you guys actually want to see. Like, what did I list? What do I have for sale? In fact, I need to make a list, or I need to make a video actually, of all of the trains that I have, because I have a bundle of here and I get all these people asking like, hey, do you have this or can you list this? And I'm like, what's he look like? What's his name? I feel like if I just did a lineup video where they were all just sitting beside each other, all together, and I just went down through them without really saying much about each one other than like, here's all of the taking place, here's the wooden, here's the Trackmaster, then you could tell me if you send me a message on eBay, you could be like, Greg, I really need that Percy, whatever, and you can give me a description and then I can list that as my next one, because otherwise, like if there's one that you want, it might not get listed for a very long time because I just have so many to go through, which is a good problem to have. This is a gift, not a curse. I'll do that video. Maybe I'll make that, I don't know whether to put it in this episode. I'll probably make my own video where it's just like a lineup of nothing but Thomas trains and say, here's all of the trains that I'm planning to sell and let me know if there's any that you are interested in. Again, the price, I'm going to make it a fair price, so I don't know if it'll be too high for you, if it'll be worth it. But at the very least, if there's ones that you guys want to see, like Sea Soak Victor was a perfect example, sold in the last episode. Everybody wanted to see that one, and he sold for $45, so thank you for that. And I'll do the same thing with these. I'll just do a lineup. We'll make that a thing. And I'll show you the behind the scenes of that on here maybe. And we'll make that a second video. Nobody's going to find that in the middle of whatever the heck this is. Me like manically just going through all of my stuff like a madman. Welcome to Greg's World, baby. Just when you thought we were done, I got some breaking news. We made another sale. Sniper Elite V2 for Microsoft Xbox 360. Oh, this isn't going to be much money, but it's still a sale. My store, so empty. That sold for $3.95 plus shipping. So I'm gonna end up making probably like $2 or $3 off that. But again, this is a part of a yard sale lot, and it's a game that I already have, so it's a duplicate. I believe complete, everything's in there. And we'll add that to our stuff going out today, which, oh, I should update you. I am actually gonna use a different box for this one because he kind of sticks out with his digger there a little bit. So we'll put him in Amazon box like that to allow for more space. I don't want that to break off in the process, but as you can see, this is what it's like when I'm packing trains, and That's what you were gonna miss until the sale came through. So 4th sale today, boom, going out instantly. I think that's pretty much all I have for you as of now, and I'll be back with you in the next clip, which will probably be some point in the future, and we'll either have more stuff listed, more stuff sold, or maybe both. As much as I enjoy listing stuff on eBay, I enjoy selling stuff even more. And I have a success story to share with you here in the form of a Lego Star Wars set. I bought this as a part of a deal where I got the Millennium Falcon and I just kind of added this on. I think I paid $25 for the 2 of them. Well, it took a day, but this sold for $40 with free shipping on eBay. So I was happy to see that go. But talking about flips and returns, Just Dance Greatest Hits. I bought this for $1 at the yard sale. Sold it for $18.99 with free shipping. So to collectively, I want to say I spent $6 on these 2, and before all of my fees and shipping, which we'll show you here, 60 bucks. That's pretty darn good, and it's another reason that I love eBaying, and it's what keeps me going, because it's moments like this where it's like, yes, you get some wins and it feels great. I don't say this to brag, but to motivate that maybe if you're thinking about selling stuff, maybe you have a room that looks like this where it's like, oh man, I got all this stuff. Maybe not just boxes, but this would be a better example. You have a room that looks like this here, and you're thinking about getting rid of some stuff that's no longer serving you, or maybe you just like went out to yard sales or auctions or whatever, and you find a deal on something. Man, it is very satisfying when you make those sales. So let's get these packed up, and we'll figure out exactly what I earned off of my $6 investment. Usually I break down Lego stuff, but I think for this one, being that's so small, I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna put this into a box a little bit bigger than what I usually use, but still small enough to accommodate that. I want it to be big enough where the manual isn't folded. I think maybe these will work down here. It's gonna be very light to ship, so that's why I wasn't, oh, perfect. That's why I wasn't concerned about the shipping. You see that in there? That's absolutely perfect. So let's put some tape on this and get it weighed up. Oh, I'll probably put some paper in there too, even though it doesn't really need it. As I mentioned before, I like to send my stuff out with respect, and when people get these things from my stores, I want them to be like, wow, that guy, he put some effort into this, and I appreciate that, because I always appreciate good packaging when I get it. And maybe you do too. Maybe most people don't care. I don't know. I know I do, and that's important to me. I'm curious if there ever comes a day where I run out of paper. I always seem to be replenishing it. Every time we order stuff, I just keep putting more of it up there. But pardon the camera work. I'm trying to break this up a little bit. Just put that on top there to kind of just fill space. Doesn't cost any weight, barely, so that just keeps everything where I want it to be. On that note, we'll tape this up and get a weight on it. Here we go. 7 ounces on the dot. As I was going in here to get my label, I noticed this one has a note with it. This says, "Hey Greg, been watching your channel since your mailbox got taken out. That video got randomly recommended to me. I've been watching ever since. Really enjoyed the content. It inspired me to get back into Lego. I saw that you're going to possibly post this as I started collecting Star Wars minifigures recently and wanted to get it. If you have some spare stickers, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks." I do! And you know what? We're going to open this back up because I probably should have checked that first. We have some stickers and they need to be in this box. That was a message from Peter. And Peter, hopefully you don't mind me reopening your box again. You're going to have double the tape on top of it. And hopefully you're okay with that being pre-built as it is. If not, you can leave a dislike on my next video you watch. But I'm going to throw a couple Brickitect stickers in there. Maybe you want to put one on your car, put one on your laptop, put one on your, I don't know, but your dog, you stick it on the back. I don't know. It's crazy sometimes the way that people find the channel. Like that video, was that like our Thanksgiving video or something like that? And I know it happened on Thanksgiving. It's just crazy, like how the YouTube algorithm gods provide. So I'm glad that Peter found us, and it resulted in someone actually buying a Lego set for me. So thank you, Peter. And we'll get a shot here as we spin you around of your stickers going in there. Actually, I'm going to put those in the bag. Look, we're undoing this whole thing for you, Peter. We're undoing my entire process. That is okay. I want to make sure that these get here and they get there the way that they should be. I'll put it right in here with your set. That way they don't get all messed up. I took all the air out of this too. I saved you all this the first time, now you got to watch it again. Okay, we got that in there. Let's show Peter the way this is going out. Stickers are right under the ship there. And then we'll put this on top. And then we'll do it again. The weight's now 8 ounces because my now it's going to be the same. So we'll just put this all back, and this will be going out to you today. Peter, thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting my channel and my store. I always say it's one thing to watch my YouTube videos. That's an accomplishment within itself, but to come and buy my stuff for me, that is very cool. And I'm glad that you're collecting Star Wars. I might have some more stuff for you in the future too. Congrats for getting into Lego, but my apologies to your wallet. It's gonna be a long road, my friend. I'm gonna double check the weight too. 7.4! How's that? Oh, it's the extra tape and stuff. Okay, we're gonna round this up to 8 ounces. From here, you just measure this. This is 9 by 6. I use these all the time, and I usually just say 4, 964. I might go 5 just to be sure. Weight and measurements in there, and the shipping is $4.57. I did not charge Peter for that, but the set went for a competitive price. I put mine at just under what they're typically selling for because I wanted to move it pretty quickly, and Peter was right there to jump on it. So let's click purchase shipping label, and if you remember, I have my label printer down here, saving myself the effort from going upstairs. Let me make sure these are lined up so that doesn't get all messed up. Got to be a little secretive with this because I want to show Peter's address. So we'll put this up out of your view, but I will put that onto the box. Oh, I got a little messed up since I'm doing it midair, but I think it'll be okay. And there's Peter's package going out to him. Thank you, sir, once again for supporting my store. But we do have one more thing to send out, and this is the Just Dance game. And another easy shipment, just like that one is. And I've showed several video games that I've sent out. I'll show you the inside of this if you're curious. This was complete, and it's in absolute mint condition. You can see yourself, but yeah, it's in great shape. So we'll put that in there, and literally all I do with this, and I think this is probably like the 5th time that I've shown this because we've been selling some games lately. Just put it in one of these padded envelopes, a little bigger, and then I rip that off, and just like that. And we weigh that up and put a label on it, just like always. Let me double check this one, make sure there's no messages. Looks like we're all good there. This one's half the weight, and it's still $4.14 to ship. This one, we'll click purchase shipping label, and then printer label again. Just like that, our mailings are done, and now the moment of truth. Let's see what my earnings were after fees and everything on these 2 sales. So we'll start with the Lego set. Sold it for $39.95. eBay, of course, collected sales tax, which then goes back to their state. The transaction fees, which is what eBay charges me, cost me $6.32. I paid $4.57 for the shipping label, and I made $29.06, which again is enough to not only cover the set that I sold to Peter, but also the Millennium Falcon that I plan to complete and fix up. So Peter, thank you for helping sponsor that. I'll shout you out when we make those videos. The other one, which is the Just Dance game, sold it for $18.99. And then there was, oh, they didn't pay any sales tax. Went to Kentucky, which is kind of interesting. Transaction fees, $2.98. And shipping label, $4.14, which is kind of funny because this and this were almost the exact same cost to ship, but they're 2 very different sizes and half the weight on this. So there's kind of just like a fixed cost. Ultimately ended up making $11.87, which again is really good off of a $1 investment. So I turned $6 into roughly $40 basically. And that's pretty darn good for a day on eBay. Just warped ahead through an entire weekend, and if you're looking for all the sales that I made, here it is. One and only train that I sold over the last 3 or maybe even 4 days. We sold Philip $24.99, which means based on previous experience, I'll earn about $16 from this, which is pretty good, but you're starting to see when you don't have inventory, you don't make sales, and that is definitely the problem that I'm running into because I've been spending so much time doing outside stuff. I have gone yard sailing and I have some things to put in the store, which is good. Of course, we've got tons of trains. So next time you see me, when we pick this up again, I'm going to have a whole bunch of stuff listed, and then we can celebrate all the sales that come through, hopefully after I have the store filled up. So it's really just what it comes down to. But 'tis the season. We're in a season right now where it's spring is here and all kinds of things are happening, which is good, I guess. But the eBay store is definitely lacking, as evidenced by my one sale. Good news is I don't have to go to the post office. But I'm going to pack this up. I'm going to pack you out. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. I don't feel like this one was nearly as exciting, I suppose, even though I'm having trouble remembering all the stuff that happened, just because of my lack of inventory. So we'll fix that in the next episode, and I'll see you there. It'll be next up in the playlist if you continue watching, or if you're watching this when it actually comes out. You're just going to have to wait. So on that, hope you have a glorious rest of your day, week, month, however long it takes me to get the next one out, and we'll see you in the next, hopefully, train sale video.